We want to hear.
About 4 weeks ago, the first encounter happened. I was naked. I was drying up and oiling up. I turned around and there's a man in the locker room. And so, of course, I'm shocked. I'm like, I thought maybe I missed the sign and that there were workers working. So I just said, sir. I didn't even get to say a sentence or anything. I just was in shock and figuring out that there's a man behind me while I'm naked. And I say, sir. And then he goes, you can't tell me nothing. B word, I'm a woman. And
Noli, fucking with me. We finna make this shit happen. Cause they can't do it. Played the front in the morning, hit the back when the sun fell. Hiding transactions from the neighbors so they don't tell. Regardless what we spread, this bitch won't hide the dope smell. Niggas get popped, sent to jail as hell, dope tails. How the fuck you still on the bricks with open dope sales? If they ain't did it already, believe they gon' tell. Outsmart the rookies, so the sergeants on our coattail.
Yo, what's poppin', man? What's to it? Y'all already know how the squad do it. You gotta stay moving to get through it. I hope everybody is blessed and stress-free, and if you ain't, start knowing you can so you can stop thinking you can't. And with that being said, y'all know what time it is. First and foremost, though, you know what I'm saying? I want to say, to whoever that has seen my prior videos where I spoke about my 90-day my structure challenge, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am officially starting it over tomorrow. And not due to the fact that like I missed out on nothing or I stopped nothing. It was my dad's birthday on the 7th. You know, may he rest in peace. And it's just like around this time of year, it, you know, and it really slipped my mind that his birthday was so close. You know what I'm saying? So it was like his birthday fell right at the beginning of me trying that, and I just, you know, I've been kind of emotional and just down about, you know what I'm saying, his absence, you know. So it's been a hard weekend, let's just say the least, you know what I'm saying. So, but all in all, though, you know what I mean, I'm getting back to it. I got some dope content finna come, you know what I'm saying? So y'all subscribe to the page, you feel me? Like, comment, let me know, you know, what y'all feeling, what you not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty open to criticism and everything, you know, long as it's constructive. Don't come trying to troll. I'm telling you, I'm not him. I am him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back and forth with you. So you better have your mitts up when you come over here on that there game, because man, my sense of humor is I am one of them. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful with what you say, cause you know, you go low, taking your ass to the center of the earth. I'll go to hell now. I'm going to take you to the core. I'm going to take you to the center of the earth. Yeah, we going to go there. But, so yeah, I'm kind of just getting back into the groove of it all and everything. But, you know, I want to say to all the subscribers that's still here, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all being here. Even though my numbers don't look like what that is, I don't know how that goes. Whatever, though. Whatever. We gonna get it up, you know what I'm saying? Progress. But, anyway, though, with that being that, you know, it's a real touchy subject in this world, right? And this, it's the community, the as we call them, the alphabet community, you know. And it's like, if you don't agree, if that's just not what it is in you, you got to be all types of homophobics and transphobics and all. You're never just an honest person or telling the truth. You got to be all types of other words that really is just basically saying you're not okay with my lifestyle, right? Now, let's get something understood and straight, right? And this is no blow to anybody, all right? But gay does nothing for society. See, when anytime gay is brought up, the first thing people say is we're not concerned with what your sexual preference is, right? We don't correlate gay to anything else other than sexual preference. Look, think about it. Law enforcement, right? Well, we know what that correlates to. You feel me? Ambulance driver, fry cook. Y'all see what I'm saying? All of these things. So now, right, when we get to these bad person, right, like there's so many, but then when we say gay, right, we say lesbian, immediately we go to men who like men, right, women who like women. We don't go anywhere else with this. So at the points as to where people are trying to say, like, nobody ever thinks that, oh, well, you're not a human. You can't be, just because you're gay, you're not smart. They drive that away from it themselves. Just because, you want to be a trans person or however you put it, you're trapped in this body, however y'all put it, right? That's your prerogative. That's perfectly fine. But there is a thing as to where it's like, the very things that y'all are trying to implement and say that we're doing, you're doing, literally. See, when you're forcing something on somebody, it's almost like you're bullying them, right? So now us as heterosexual people, we have to feel bullied into allowing y'all to do whatever. See, and then we can't even use words like y'all or you or them or none of this, because that is just so this and so, and guess what, it's y'all have become so coddled that nothing right is right and everything that's deemed to be wrong is right. And that's what's crazy about it, right? So like if my daughter came and said, Dad, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a cook, I want to be this, right? If my daughter left and came back home and said, Dad, I'm a doctor now, I'm an NBA player, these are things that I'm going to say, oh, my daughter is going to do this, my daughter is going to do that. If my daughter all of a sudden comes out of the closet and says she's lesbian, oh, my daughter's going to be with a woman. We still haven't even gotten to what my daughter's going to be in life. Get it? So now with that being said, right, I want to introduce y'all to this guy, right? So, this guy here, his true name is Cal Grant Freeman. Yeah, but for the incident, yeah, her name is Alexis Black. Now, Alexis Black, right? Alexis Black is accused of going into a woman's locker room in Gold's Gym, and she is accused of being in there, right? Now there's a woman who was in there involved in the situation, and her name is Tish Hyman, right? Now she's a black woman, does music, everything else. So on her account, she was in there oiling up. She was naked. She says she turns around, she sees Alexis, right? Now, Alexis, from what she says in one video, right now, in the news article from the New York Post, the New York Post says that Tish Hyman says that she exposed his genitals in a woman's locker room, uh, and she said that not he had a big joint, right? Now I don't know how this would have played out because she said right that she turned around, and when she turned around, she had thought that it was just a worker. Like she thought she accidentally went into the men's locker room, and there was a worker in there. So now it's not making sense in that aspect. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not agree with none of the situation. Whether he was fully clothed or unclothed or not, he shouldn't have been in there. Trans woman or not, I don't care. At the end of the day, go home. Go to your house and use the bathroom. If you got to use the bathroom and it's just in public, maybe you should just go home or just take that bullet and walk into that man's bathroom, because we all know that that's what you is anyway. Like, you're not hiding nothing, right? So it's like, I'm not there with that, right? But I'm also not with shit not being fair either. Okay. And the woman saying that the man in somehow, some kind of way showed himself to her, for her to be speaking on his size and all of this, that, and the third, like, it's like he would have had to shown himself to her, and what I'm not understanding is how you would have mistaken him for a worker if, when you turned around and you're like, sir, I said this. So, like, where was you to been the fact that he was naked and these dicks came into play and all of this? Like, that just don't fit with me. Like, I'm not sitting well. Well, she ends up getting banned anyway from Gold's Gym. She gets banned from Gold's Gym. And well, she's since then went viral and she's did interviews and everybody is on her side. And you know what? I'm not on nobody's side. Over here, we don't pick sides. We go with what's right or what is wrong. Okay? Now, mind you, is the person that we looking at right here wrong? Well, first and foremost, we got some look back history, right? So now, this is who Alexis Black truly is, right? Now, what's crazy about Alexis Black is when she was him, when she was he, and he was Kyle Freeman. Well, Kyle Freeman was married, right? Kyle Freeman was married, and Kyle Freeman, he beat his wife so bad that he got sentenced to prison. Per the New York Post, he got sentenced to prison in 2022. And he pled guilty to this, right? So he didn't even get found guilty. He didn't go to trial or nothing. So he admitted that he did it. So it's like, and then it says that the 31-year-old whose name at the time was Kyle Grant Freeman also had a lengthy rap sheet that included a previous domestic violence charge as well as convictions of drug trafficking and resisting arrest, all in Ohio. Right? Now, he just transitioned earlier this year. So now, bro, yeah, you're still mentally into females, gang. Like, I'm not hearing none of that shit. That is dangerous. That part I get. That is very dangerous. So now with that being that, right? with that being, with that being, so with that being there, right? With that being, TMZ interviewed Tish and Fam, right? So, check this out.
Issue at Gold's Gym in West Hollywood over the weekend, and it got explosive.
Yes, when Tish Hyman, singer Tish Hyman, had enough, and she let the people at Gold's know that she was very upset that she had gone into the locker room and seen male genitalia. This is just a little bit of Tish letting everyone at Gold's know what was going on, and then she's going to join us to talk about what the repercussions were for this.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big in the women's locker room!
Now, how you know he had a big dick, though? Like, where did that come from, gang? Like, how do you know this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know. Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one saying.
now, don't get me wrong, okay? What she said is she was in the locker room oiling up her body. She's kicked out. It's time for her to go. I don't see no gym bag. I don't see nothing where she would have been carrying oil. Actually, it looks like she got a bulge. And I'm not gonna even say none of that. But what I'm saying is right there in her pants. Maybe that's the lotion. Maybe that's the lotion in her pocket or the oil. But her body don't look oily to me. Like, I know what especially dark skinned women bodies oiled up look like, and ain't no oil on it.
And I'm done with it. It's stupid. It's dangerous.
Her shoes is too tied up tight for her to have been in the locker room naked prior to this. She got socks on and everything. It's like when you angry and it's just time to go, like, you ain't doing all of that. Like, she is still, look, she's still even holding her Celsius drink. Like,
Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
So she has had her membership at Gold's revoked.
Yes, and before she left, she was able to confront the person that she saw in the locker room. So joining us now to talk about it.
now, right there,
Is
he looks
Tish Hyman.
nothing like, no, he didn't look like, if that was the way he was in there, if he looked like that in there, damn, I ain't gonna even find the game.
And Tish, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm sorry I look a little afraid, but it's
No,
been.
you look great. Don't worry about it.
So why don't you just kind of lay out your position here? We want to hear.
About 4 weeks ago, the first encounter happened. I was naked. I was drying up and oiling up. I turned around and there's a man in the locker room. And so, of course, I'm shocked. I'm like, I thought maybe I missed the sign and that there were workers working. So I just said, sir. I didn't even get to say a sentence or anything. I just was in shock and figuring out that there's a man behind me while I'm naked. And I say, sir. And then he goes, you can't tell me nothing, B word, I'm a woman. And
I hate to do it. I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but cap, man. Cap, man. Cap. Cap, man. Cap. 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 Now, what's cap is the, sir, shut up, B words. You can't tell me nothing. I'm a woman. It don't escalate that quickly now. We can't do that. So now the context is missing already. And at that point it's like it's hard to even catch and believe in what's really being said right now.
I'm like, what? Now, listen, guys, I don't have anything against anyone. So I was just in shock. I never been presented with this in my whole entire life.
Usually when somebody tells you that they don't got nothing against somebody, they have something against somebody. Remember that.
So I'm just in shock, and I start screaming and asking for help. The people come into the locker rooms, and they kind of escort him out, but not out of the gym, just out of the locker room so I could get dressed. And then I made a report, and nothing was followed up on. And that was an experience that I couldn't even believe, and I had to understand this. So now I'm processing this, still trying to keep up with my life. I go back to the studio, I work. The next day I try to do my same routine, go to the gym. I say, maybe this is an isolated incident. The next day I go there and I run into this perpetrator, this predator, because I have to call it like it is. This guy, and I'm coming into the gym, so I'm just already traumatized from yesterday being naked, and now I'm seeing a whole nother dude that's bigger than the last dude in the room. So now I'm like, sir.
Hey, Tish, I'm sorry, I just want to make something clear, because this wasn't clear to me before we started talking to you. So there were two different people.
There are multiple people. There are multiple people. The reason why I spoke out like this, guys, is because I've had this experience with trans women in the women's locker room disrespecting me, not meeting me with any empathy, literally men who are crazy. And this happened like 6 to 7 times in the last 3 to 4 weeks. It hasn't been a month since the first time it happened.
So, I'm.
So wait a minute. So this why that didn't just make sense. Where does this big dick shit come from? Where was you steady bringing this up from, shorty? Like, why is the size of this? What are you talking about, gang? Like, see, and this is be the problem, bro. Like, listen, you don't have, when the truth is horrible, you don't have to add nothing to it, gang. You have to add absolutely nothing to the truth. Believe that, like, what it's gonna be, what it's gonna be. What she's doing right now is making it hard to believe, and it's like, this is, I don't know what this, I don't know, oh my God.
I'm not trying to be gratuitously graphic, but were the people that you saw in the locker room undressed? Were they completely naked walking around?
Let me be clear. I want to get into this to the details, because it's important, the details. Now, were the men naked? No. They were men in men's clothing in the locker room. They don't need to be naked to be scary as hell.
But they do need to be naked for you to know the size of genitalia, for you to be able to say that this is what was spoken to you and this is what was said to you. They do need to be fully naked. So when you're calling them scary because they're fully clothed in the woman's locker room, you're lying when you're speaking on the genitalia part.
So let me get through to this, because I need the people of the world to understand what's happening here. This happened 6 to 7 times in a 30-day period. Of course, I was fed up by the time y'all saw this. So the second time, this guy, I walk into him in the locker room, and I say, sir, you just can't be in here, like in this tone, because I'm just like, I can't believe I'm walking into this a day after this happened to me the first time. And he goes, bitch, excuse my language, because I think when
So now we got 2 days in a row, 2 different people, and the first thing out their mouth when you're so polite, sir, and oh, you just can't be in here, and they just both just haul off and just B-word you to death, huh?
I'm sorry. He says, B-word, I'm a woman, get with it, get the out of the locker room if you don't like it. And I'm in shock. I'm like, are you kidding me? So now I'm like, all right, let me read the law. because there's just gotta be, there's no way that there's no protection on women. I just couldn't believe it. And the more I went out there and started reading, I was like, oh snap, there is no protection for women. So now I'm like, okay, how do I combat this? Because these two first experiences happens at the Gold's Gym in Hollywood. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is some special location where they're like, I don't know. Let me go to the gym in Beverly Center that I've been paying overpriced for freaking 3 years, waiting for them to open it, and they finally opened it. Maybe this will be better. I go in the restroom and I have my beautiful day. The locker room felt, you gotta understand, the girls in the locker room, we're not in there like communicating and all of that. We're just chilling. We're doing our things. If somebody's in the mirror lotioning up, another one's dancing, another one's going into the sauna. We're girls, guys. And I don't know what's your imagination, but we don't want men in there. It's scary. So here we are. I'm in the locker room.
Well, Tish, can I stop you for a second? Because I
Yes.
apologize for this because we're out of time.
Snap.
No,
Damn.
it's okay. I mean, I think you've laid out the story.
It's dangerous.
I just, the one final thing real quickly is, and I think this is important, that these were not transgender women who were presenting as women. They were presenting to you as men. Is that right?
These were transgender women who said they were transgender women and told me that they were women. I'm not going to get into the who presented game over here.
Well, I think it's important, but I think that's
reality.
important. You said they were obviously men. So,
They were men, and they were telling me they were trans women, and that's how they identified. And honestly, not all of them. The one I saw the last day that I worked at Gold's Gym, who saw my naked body the last day that they terminated my membership, came in there and said, "Lucky I ain't catch you outside." A black passing quote-unquote trans woman.
okay.
All right. So
Now, where did that come from? Where did the lucky they didn't catch you out? Oh, man.
membership has been revoked.
Revoked.
And
We need to cancel gym memberships all around America because there's no protection for women's safety. If you stand up for women, if you have a daughter, you have a sister, there were girls in there who were traumatized, and they're thanking me for being there. And I didn't do this for any attention or anything. I did this because I was genuinely scared that no one was going to be there to warn the girls. There are no signs in there to tell the girls, hey, there are men in here. No one cares.
We got it.
Where are the bathrooms? Golds just built that gym in Beverly Center. Why didn't they put a trans restroom in there if they care so much? Huh?
The fair point.
No one cares about women.
I get
in
the
here.
point.
Corporate
Tish, thank
America.
you. Thank you very much. We so
Thank you,
appreciate you
gentlemen.
coming on.
I appreciate you, Harvey. Thank you so much for sharing the story, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tish.
well, joining us now is one of the people that
That just pissed me off. That just pissed me off, gang. All right, so
that Tish says she confronted in the locker room. Her name is Alexis Black, and she's joining us now. Alexis, welcome to Team Z Live.
it is overly it is over.
Hi. Hey, Alexis. So we spoke with Tish, and she said when she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man. So, I don't want to get terribly graphic here, but can you kind of explain, how you appeared? Do you believe that she was reading something in that you didn't appear to be male? She perceived you to be such.
How did they present themselves? Look how he presented himself here. Of course he presented himself as a male who is pretending to be a woman. What are we talking about?
Um, well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really, I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began.
8 years old, you told the people who was raising you that that's at 8 years old. 8 years old. Did you even know how to color and stay inside the lines at 8 years old? Like, but you knew though that when you got older, you wanted to do dicks.
Using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about name change, and it says female on my ID and hormones
Them teeth do not say female. Them teeth do not tell me that you are a young lady. I'm sorry.
and I mean I'm registered as a female with the gym, so.
And were you at that moment, because she told us about a couple of different encounters, were you fully clothed at that moment?
Would you look at the build of
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different locations in Los Angeles at Gold's Gym. But
Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Hold on. So hold on. So she done did this at 4 different locations. This is 4 different occasions at different locations. And she just admitted and told us that she had a run in 2 times in a row.
Fully clothed. I believe I was enrobed in a towel on one occasion, and this last time I was clothed the entire time.
So that's how you know. That's how you know he got a big pipe. That's how you know his. Yeah. See, you. So the whatever that one of them times was. So either you following him to purposely like to start this, like this was like this, you was leading up to this or something, because I just can't see it being no other way than that. Like, you didn't say in your stories when they just interviewed you that this person is the same person from all your stories. You made it seem like, but he's making it seem like that he's the same person from multiple stories that you got with this. So now this is starting to seem like what's that word I'm looking for? Egregious. Go look it up if you don't think I'm using it right, and if I ain't, tell me in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I apologize if this is too graphic, but I just think it's important. Have you?
Let's speak truth, baby.
Okay. Have you fully?
Did y'all see the build on, bro? Look at that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You a dude. You a dude. You just start taking hormones this year. At the beginning of this year, you was married in 2022. You was probably nailing bitches prior to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think both of y'all, you know what I think? I tell you at the end of the video.
Speak truth, baby.
Okay. Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your genitalia.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work. Like, for instance, I sat in a chair and had hair follicles removed from my face for 2 hours yesterday in a process called electrolysis. In order to have that surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. And in order to do that, it would take like, we'll just say like a year or two to have that done. It's literally not even a possibility with where I am in my transition.
So look, from her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's
Go
saying
ahead.
that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still
she's
have
seeing
male
male
genitalia,
genitalia.
and you may be transitioning.
Now, that's the thing, though. We can't miss the fact that she didn't explode when she saw him in the towel. She exploded when she saw him fully clothed. The time in the towel when he saw her or she saw him or whatever, she didn't blow up like this. That was a separate incident from this one right now that the world has capsulated. Like it's different.
But could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get the notion of the fear mongering that she's perpetuating.
And see, y'all want to know something? I seen a clip and somebody was speaking about that comment right there. I don't understand. After listening to the full thing myself, I could see why he's saying he don't understand, because I don't understand. How are we here today if he already exposed himself to you prior to this? You know? And then when he's saying the fear mongering, it's like, you've had incidences with me, several incidences with me before this. Now you're making it this whole thing about being scared and frightened and all of the above. So, God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
The truth in the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be. Literally every time that she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me.
So,
Now, see, and this is the thing too. I just can't see the aggression in this latter video, but we don't see any prior videos to this situation like that went like this, you know?
she was saying, why don't they have a third bathroom? Especially the gym you're talking about at the Beverly Center. That's been recently built.
You are right.
They had a layout that they could have adjusted, and they could have put a third locker room in. Do you think that would have been appropriate, or do you feel like you are as entitled to use the women's locker room just as Tish is?
You know, that's a great question. I'm glad that she said it, that you have put it on the air. And the answer is that would necessitate two different ones, because some people trans MTF, some people go FTM. And so that's two rooms right there. You're not going to put a trans woman with a trans man just because we're trans. That seems like a whole new envelope of discrimination. But yeah, it's just like, I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's like it's a thing. We're here. We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years. There's like 10 species of animals on Earth that do this too. Just by the way, everybody.
Do trans females who are transitioning to men, do they go into the men's bathroom to you? I've never encountered that. I've never encountered not one stud, not one nothing go into the man's bathroom. Even the females who's transitioning to men, I believe still would use the female's bathroom simply due to the anatomy and their brain function saying, I'm not going to go into the men's bathroom where the men are standing with swinging dicks out
And so, but about the bathroom, am I entitled to it? I know that I'm a woman. Should they have built another one to necessitate building this room? People would have to have the level of comfortability within themselves that I do. Not everyone possesses this much self-feminine power. It doesn't happen. Not in this patriarchal system of which we've been living for so long.
Okay.
All right. Alexis,
Did my face just do that? I was listen, I didn't mean nothing by none of that. It was just caught me, whatever. Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel, gang, and what y'all think about this situation. Shit. Yeah. Talk to me. That's all I can. That's all.